everything's always better with some romance, even slice of life, because it spices things up. That's why in today's video, we'll be talking about the top 10 slice of life anime with some romance. Number 10, O Maidens in Your Savage Season.
そうそうだけど好きなんだよ可愛いって思うしいつかはってそうかっこいいしいつかはごめんなさい俺こそごめん
Now this one is pretty unique because instead of hormonal teenage boys, we have hormonal teenage girls, and they're wilder than ever. Izumi and Kazusa were so close when they were kids that people thought they were siblings until they started to grow up and Kazusa started avoiding him. She joins a literature club where every member has one very important thing on their bucket list, SIGs. Will Kazusa have it? Well, things are gonna get tough for her because that's only the start of her problems.
一応他人だろたくかさ私やっぱ帰るおばさんに持ってってじゃあおい
This anime is as crazy as it gets because you usually don't get to see girls represented this way. The comedy is insane on this one, and it just surprises you from start to finish. You always have no idea what happens, but it actually has some wholesome and refreshing moments as well. Just give it a watch and see. Number 9, A Sister's All You Need.
先輩が私を恋愛対象として見てくれないのも私が子供だからですか
え、なんだってよく聞こえなかった
Now, this guy is the reason why the FBI is monitoring anime fans. Our boy, Itsuki, is literally the embodiment of the word siscon. Even his friends are weird because you have one who's a pervert and writes, one who writes and is rich, and just one who's a college student who's also his stepbrother. They're the guys with the group chat you don't ever want to leak. In this show, we'll just see how they live their daily lives in the most hectic way possible.
なんだカニコもう来てたのか
いやいい夢見れましたか
まあな
どんな夢ですか
昔の女の夢
It's like Ero Manga Sensei, but increases the craziness by 10 times. Of course, there's ecchi and a lot of fan service, but aside from that, you actually get to learn more about the MC and his character as a whole. The anime is more quirky than anything else, and the art looks cuter than usual, but it's still good. Number 8, Chihaya Furu.
千早の伸ばしたことのない爪が好きだ指が髪がバカみたいに大きく開く口が
How often do you see an anime that's about Karuta? Well, so far, there's only this one. Our girl, Chihaya, just wanted to see her sister become Japan's best model, but she started playing Karuta, and to her surprise, she actually likes it. With her two friends, she joined the Shiranami Society and is on her way to becoming the queen of Karuta. She even starts her school's very own Karuta club, and their goal is to win the championship.
日曜日の大会で優勝して A 級になったら一緒にカルタ部作ってよ
何言ってんだ
If you don't know what Karuta is, it's basically Japanese playing cards. It might not seem entertaining, but trust me, this one is worth it. One thing that makes it stand out is the animation and the character development. It's quite rare to see an anime where you'll like almost every character, so no matter your preferences, you'll like this one. Number 7, Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
こんばんは森岡さんちょうどあなたに会いたいと思っていましたムエ
This anime tells us exactly what would happen if we quit our jobs. Yep, we all know you'll just laze around and play games all day, and that's what our girl Morikiro really did. She played the MMO Fruits de Mer and had a male character named Hayashi. There, she met a cute healer named Lily, but little did they know they weren't only going to meet in-game, but in real life as well. It might even turn out that Lily's a 28-year-old corporate worker.
森岡さんは少し自己評価が低いと思います少なくとも俺は真面目で優しいと
真面目で優しいその言葉を言われるの
catfishing at its best. I know some of you are guilty of making characters from a different gender, but hey, you might just find love. There's something about the show that just seems enjoyable. It's also refreshing to see an adult romance for once, because anime is kind of overrun with high school romances. If you like games and romance, this one's for you. Number 6, Tsuki ga Kiri.
初めて編んだんだ。
マジですげえ。
あれ？嘘？なんで？
When an athlete and a writer like each other, it almost always ends a disaster, but is it the case for these two? Our boy Kotaru unexpectedly bags Kane from the track team, which is a miracle in itself. As they go on with their relationship, these two unexpectedly meet hardships along the way, and they might just have second thoughts if they really want to get together. Can they get into a relationship or not? Well, you have to watch it to find out.
全然そんな。
ラブラブすぎでしょ。結婚して。
なんかムカつく。
First things first, the art style isn't similar to your typical romance anime. The pacing of the plot is quite solid, as almost everything doesn't seem rushed. One thing you have to know is that there's no big drama or psychological plot twist. It's just two middle schoolers falling in love, something that we all went through. Except you, of course. Number 5, Iroduku, The World in Colors.
もしも私が魔法使いじゃなかったらこんなこと。
そしたら会えなかったよ。俺は瞳が魔法使いでよかった。
Bet you haven't heard about this one, because I personally haven't until I made this script. It was all about our girl Hitomi, who lives in a world without emotions. During the night, Hitomi's grandma used a spell that sent her back when she was in high school. She doesn't even know why she's there, but what can she do?
そういえばこの間の個展、
ああ、うん。
綺麗な人でしたよね。
え？
The main thing about this anime is how it uses colors to give some impact. Although the anime does take a bit too long to start, once it does, you'll fall in love with it. After a few episodes, you'll actually get to see the characters grow, and you'll immediately start being able to relate to them. The series also focuses more on their relationships and how they improve them. Give it a watch, and I promise you'll watch the entire season. Number 4, The Day I Became a God.
なぜじゃヨタ。なぜじゃ。なぜじゃ。
なぜって。ヒナ、君を守るためだよ。
わからん。どうして貴様に守られるの？
Do you know what I would do if I became a god? I'd just become lazy as hell, but is Hina a real god? Well, she just goes around telling everybody that she's Odin, and even says that there's a disaster that's about to come. That's when Yota just comes with her and realizes she really has the power of all the gods. In just 30 days, Hina and the others do their best just to enjoy what time they have left.
ヒナ。僕もヒナが好きだ。
I mean, she has the power of God. How could she not stop this? Well, just watch the anime. The start of this season is really strong and it's super entertaining. It's pure comedy first too, so there's a lot of jokes. The characters are likable and there's a lot of them too, so you get to see a lot more unique personalities than usual. Number 3, Waiting in the Summer.
私はカイト君をずっと好きでいます。だからずっと好きでいてね。
We all know this anime looks like Enohana. It all started with Kaito falling off a bridge and someone catching him. He just wakes up inside his room like nothing ever happened at all. He starts meeting his friends again, and as they are all about to create a film, they start discovering that there will be a time that will make them show their true feelings to each other.
何かないとダメ？
そんなことは。
私ね、くっついてるのが好きみたい。カイト君はこういうの嫌？
そんなこと。
You might think that this is just another knockoff, but the similarities just stop in the animation. Other than the familiar style, one thing that stands out is the OST because it's a total banger. The sci-fi aspect might be off to others, but it's one solid romantic drama that everyone should probably notice. It's short, sweet, and one good ending that'll leave you satisfied. Number 2, I've Always Liked You.
予行練習なんて全部嘘。ユウのことが
The title is the thing you've always liked to say to your crush, but didn't. This anime follows the story of our boy Natsuki, who, unlike you, finally confessed to his crush. But you two aren't far from each other because at that last moment, our girl backed out, and it's not only her because Koyuki also has some trouble with his emotions. This one isn't a love triangle, nor is it a love square, but it's just a web of affection.
いきなりするのが告白でしょ。好きだよーん。
軽すぎ。
好きだー。
声でかすぎ。
Every single character in this anime is in love in one way or another, and that's what drives the plot forward. They didn't start off as strangers, but were friends who just fell for each other. The animation is top-notch, and the sound design is probably the best thing about it. You might get annoyed at the misunderstandings, but I think that's what makes love interesting. Number 1, just because.
藤沢出るならバスの方が。
泉はデートとか？
デートって何？
仲のいい男女が約束して会うこと。
I wanted to add this just because. See what I did there? Kidding aside, this anime, much like I've Always Liked You, has a bunch of characters that have their own hardships and challenges. Their past comes to haunt them while the future makes them nervous, so this final semester together might be the toughest one yet.
俺、夏目のことが好きだ。
私も。
The plot for this one just felt right. It wasn't too long, and it wasn't too short. It's more serious than the others, and there are a lot of personalities that develop over time. What you need to know is that it might be hard to watch because some of you might even relate to it, but that's what makes it great. That's why it's number 1 in our list of the top 10 slice of life with romance.